What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the PS5 career mode. This is episode number 5. And we start today's episode off with a brief look at the league table. As you can see, we're about a third of the way through the season now. We currently sit in 5th place, 6 points off the Hornets, top of the championship right now, but still in the playoffs after what has been a very impressive start to the campaign. And for our first game of today's episode, taking on the Sky Blues, Coventry City back in the championship for our first game of today's episode, coming on the back of our 2-1 victory away at Pride Park against Derby County. In that game, we won it late through Osei Samuel, but the guy that scored the first goal to start our comeback was this man, Charlie Kelman, who right now, as I mentioned in the last episode, has become our first choice striker ahead of Lyndon Dykes. Loaded through balls to the American net, and I love the first time chip as well. Look at the Tootsie slide from Charlie as well. You gotta love it. Wonderful little finish there. And Kelman right now, man. I mean, I gotta be honest. I said at the very start of the series, you know, keep your eyes on the American. He could have a breakthrough season. I was not expecting this, and the guy just seems to have it all. Even at such a low rating, 18 years old, he's absolutely rapid. That's what drew me to him first. His finishing is really good as well, but also the first touch he has is surprisingly really good. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, a high first touch in FIFA can actually be more detrimental, you know, more of a negative than a positive, because the ball can sort of just stick to a player's feet like Velcro, and it just, you know, doesn't bounce off it, and it takes a while for them to get it out of their feet, get the ball out of their feet. But with Kelman's first touch, it seems to like sort of bounce a little bit about a foot past his foot, and you know, and that's really helpful for a pacey striker as well, and that really helps his overall ability as a striker in this team, as a pacey striker I should say, as he scores our first goal. Coventry would find a leveler right before the break, but 5 minutes after the restart we'll get ourselves back in front. Ilyas Sher with another goal. He's been great this season, one of the top assist makers in the championship so far, as he restores our lead and makes it 2-1. And with 11 minutes to go, despite the Sky Blues getting back on level terms in this game before the break, I still felt confident we would win. For the most part, we were a far better team. Our attempts to go, Omar Richards holds the ball up, finds Luke Amos, and Amos smacks it in to the back of the net for his first goal of the season to give us a 2-goal cushion and ensure the 3 points would be in the bag as well. So back-to-back victories for the R's, a big one here against the Sky Blues right now in the relegation zone, and for Charlie Kelman as well, a goal and an assist in the game. Same for Ilyas Sher as well, but he's the one that gets the champagne. He is just so impressive, and I know I need to stop gushing over the American because he's getting kind of creepy now, but seriously, I mean, I expected him to have a good season, you know, in our first season here and get some good game time in limited minutes and perform well. I did not expect this. I mean, a breakout season, he's having more than that. He's really impressing and already becoming a fan's favourite. So we'll look at the league tables. We enter November. As you can see, still in the playoffs right now. The bottom 3 being Wycombe, Coventry and Barnsley for our first 16 games. And, you know, speaking of, you know, being impressive, we've been really impressive. I was targeting a top 10 finish come the end of the season. Well, as things stand, now, I don't want to jinx this, but as things stand, if we can keep this up, then playoffs is not just a possibility, but perhaps an expectation. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself there a little bit. We're only 2.5-star team. Got to calm it down. But either way, it's been a very impressive start. Long may it continue. What's not been impressive, though, is our scouting so far. Yes, still waiting for our first good youth player to come through the youth scouts. Really frustrating because, again, with the lack of squad depth we've got, and, of course, the board asking us this season to promote 2 players from a youth academy to a senior team. Let's be honest here, I've been lucky to have 2 players make our youth academy. Seriously, we've got no luck whatsoever in the scout so far, but that is kind of to be expected with an average, mediocre scout at best. Hopefully, though, fingers crossed, we'll get a couple of decent ones, not before long. Because, again, I would like 1 or 2 decent players to have in our pro team, in our first team, and turning pro at some point during the season. So for our second game of today's episode here, really excited for this one. First West London derby of the series, taking on the Bees. Brentford away from obviously last season. Heartbreak for the Bees, and they're kind of used to it now in the Championship playoffs, once again losing the final to Fulham in a West London derby in the final at Wembley last season. Taking on the Bees, you know, obviously that was exciting enough, West London derby, but also because they signed Ivan Toney from the Posh in the transfer window as well. And if you watched my Sheffield United career mode last year, I don't need to tell you about the significance of Ivan Toney. Everyone knows who the shocker is. and it wasn't a shock to see him score against me and level things for the Bees in the first half as well. Brentford back on level terms. Ivan Toney's been tearing it up for Brentford in real life. He's doing well in this game as well. The shocker scores the leveler for Brentford. It was kind of painful, but also kind of nice. Pretty bittersweet, I must say, but still 1-1. Brentford in this game, though, with a far better team, I must say, despite taking the early lead. It was all the hosts in this one, but once again I saw Omar Richards make a goal-saving block or deflection just past the hour mark here. That's already the second time he's done that this season. He looks great when going forward as an offensive threat, but defensively, he is a big reason why we've got the best defensive record in the division right now. But in stoppage time, clinging on to a point in this game. Brentford looking for a late winning goal and they'd find one as well. Emiliano in the dying seconds of stoppage time wins it for the Bees. And do you remember in the last episode I was talking about the last minute goal celebrations and how cool the animations are, and I really like them. I wasn't mad when this goal went in. I gotta be honest, it was kind of cool for the realism and the immersion. You saw in the last episode the kind of meaningless last minute goal celebration at home to Swansea in a 2-0 victory. Now that what you just saw right there, that is the sort of thing we've been wanting from EA for so many years. Much more realistic, enthusiastic, passionate celebrations at the right time as well, at the right time. This is a West London derby. This is a massive game with both teams. You know, Brentford last season, so much heartbreaking championship playoffs in recent years. QPR, the newcomers as well. Big battle with both teams in decent form to start the season off. That celebration there is justified, it's warranted. It's the sort of thing you'd see in real life. And that was really cool to see as well. So I was, annoyed that we lost the game, but also, to be fair, kind of happy that, we see for the first time in the series, the celebration be warranted and look really, really cool and quite realistic as well. So fair play to EA for that. That was really nice to see. But still, we lost the game though. I mean, I'm saying it was nice to see it. We still lost the game. 2-1 the final score. Having to bounce back in our following game against the league leaders Watford here at the Kyle Prince Foundation Stadium. And we would return with a credible goalless draw, I suppose. Not really too many highlights in the game. The only thing of note really was Barbet heading a chipped shot off the line. That would look brilliant on Ben Foster's GoPro for his YouTube channel had it been at the other end there. By the way, Ben Foster's YouTube channel, are any of you guys subscribed to it? If you're not, definitely go check it out. I tell you what, man, seriously, it's really weird in 2020 I'm shouting out Ben Foster's YouTube channel, and the fact I've been doing this for way longer than he has been, a former England international. But regardless, if you're not subbed to Ben Foster's YouTube channel, guys, definitely go check it out. He certainly doesn't need my help, that's for sure. It's a class channel though. He's really, really innovative, and it's really great. Binge-worthy viewing. I don't watch many YouTubers myself nowadays, despite doing it, but Ben Foster's channel is great and definitely worth checking out. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. Not that he needs my help, I don't even know why I'm even promoting him on my channel, but regardless, following the goal, we had another one away at Oakwell against Barnsley. This is a really frustrating game as well. Unlike in the Watford game, where we couldn't create anything, in this game we created tons of chances, but the finishing just wasn't there. First, Jed Spence missing a golden chance, and then with the final kick of the game, Lyndon Dykes firing a shot wide in a really poor goalless draw. That was a massive slip up. Earlier on in the episode I was saying, I don't want to, I don't want to jinx things, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but playoffs could be expected, let alone a hope. Well, to be honest, if we take on Barnsley, rock bottom of the championship, still in single digits for points, and we can't even beat them, we're not going to make the playoffs, and we won't even finish in the top 10. Really, really awful result. No wins in our last 3 games. And heading into the 4th game of today's episode here, away from home against Stoke City. Really tough game once again. I gave Macaulay Bonne a start in this game, and he got injured, so that was kind of typical. And with 18 minutes to go, a great chance for Stoke to win it. Tyrese Campbell, son of Kevin, with a great chance to win it for Stoke there. Great save from the penalty spot though, from Liam Kelly, as he pulled off the ropes to keep us still tied at 0-0. But Tyrese would make amends and make Dad proud 6 minutes later. Goes from 0 to hero and wins the game for Stoke. And unfortunately, another game where we failed to score. No goals in our last 3 games. That has been a problem for us this season, and no wins in our last 4 as well. A really tough patch of form for Queen's Park Rangers. Macaulay Bonne breaks his toe in his first championship start for us and is out for 3 months as well. And because of the poor patch of form, I talked about it a few episodes ago, in the championship, when you go into a bad run of form, you can slip down the table so quickly. We have gone from being just outside of an automatic promotion place by a couple of points to outside the playoffs, heading into a very fixture congested heavy month of December. Yeah, it's safe to say I jumped the gun earlier talking about expecting the playoffs come the end of the season. Come on, guys, we're a 2.5-star team. We shouldn't even be here right now. But still, you sort of got fixtures coming in December, some really big games, including the Canaries. You've got Brentford again, Nottingham Forest too. And as we start December off as well, if you read the title for today's episode, this is the moment you were waiting for. Finally, it seems like we have got ourselves a good player from the youth scouting for the first time this season. His name is Charles Bull. I absolutely love the name. Sounds fantastic. 3-star, high-low work rate, 66 overall already. With some great pace, 82 acceleration, 79 sprint speed, 82 curve, and 73 crossing already on a 17-year-old. And it will remain in our academy for now, but he does seem like he's got very decent potential on first viewing. Of course, his rating is now confirmed, it being in the mid-60s. The potential could still decrease, though, before we do promote him. However, I'm excited. I'm very excited. For the first time, we do seem to have a good youth player in our academy. But talking to youth players right now and young prospects, it's not Charles, but Charlie we're seeing the good work from on the pitch. Yes, after no goals in our last 4 games, Charlie ends his and our goal drought, putting us in front away at Hillsborough for the first game of December against Sheffield Wednesday. Bright, I say, Samuel with the assist as well. These two have been our players of the season so far. Bright, our top scorer, and Charlie's been close behind as well. But with 24 minutes to go, I've just jinxed it right on cue. Unfortunately, another injury for QPR, but again, I'll whisper it for you guys. I'm kind of glad to see it because this is realistic. Bright goes down, unfortunately. Really crucial injury for our player of the season so far, but despite that, he stays on the pitch, he soldiers on. 7 minutes to go. What a wonderful little 1-2 with Jed Spence down the right hand side, that right back to right mid combination. Brilliant first touch by Bright, and I love the celebration as well. Flexing, you can take him down, but you can't stop him. Bright with a goal. It's another one for Asai Samuel, our top scorer this season, as he closes out the game for us, puts us 2 goals up, and that would be the day. Our final score: Sheffield Wednesday 0, QPR 2. No wins in our last 4 games, but return to winning ways here at Hillsborough. A big victory, but the importance of Bright on full display in that game. An assist and a goal. So how bad was the injury going to be as you see a player returns from loan? 4 weeks, a sprained knee for Bright, which means he'll miss most of December, if not all of December, heading into the January window, with some big games coming as well. To miss our player of the season so far, that's already grown 4 ratings this season to 76 overall. Well, I knew I just had to do it. If you're old enough, you're good enough. No, that's not right. If you're good enough, you're old enough. That's correct. Charles Bull. I said, I know you've only been in our academy for a few days, mate, but it's time to get the call up to the senior team. Question is, what would his potential be as you take a look at him for the first time? An exciting prospect. Charles has the exciting prospect tag. Left wing cam, listed positions. Again, the 3-star as we know. And I love his kitted out appearance as well, which I modified in the edit player section as well. I gave him the red tape on his hand. It's because this boy is from Hackney, alright? He's a local lad. He played on the Hackney Marshes as a kid. And, you know, he got the nickname the Bull because of his surname as well. And when he was a kid, he was always getting teased because he's not a tall lad. He's only 5'7". He's a little bit of a growth spurt, but he was a really short lad as a kid. He was always getting teased by opposition defenders. And then there was one game where he scored a hat-trick when his team were 2-0 down in a Youth Cup final. And he got the shirt of one of the opponent's players, of one of the youngsters, and his dad said, yep, they can be the Matador, but don't forget you're the Bull. That's an awful origin story, but we're going to stick with it because I just said it. Charles Bull, the Bull as we'll know him, he has come through the youth ranks within the space of a week and would make his debut against Bristol City here at the Kiyan Prince Foundation Stadium. So taking on Bristol City for his debut. I love the fact that before the game, as we were getting off the team coach, Sky Sports put a graphic up saying a debut to remember. I mean, not like the English media to overhype young talents before they give him a chance. I mean, no one even knew who he was a week ago, and now he's made his debut for us against Bristol City. Kelman would score the opening goal of the game, and Robbins found their leveller right before the break in the first half. In the second half, not too much to report. Bristol City had a chance to win it as well. Great stop by Liam Kelly, though, keeping us still level at 1-1, and that was how the game would finish as well. So 1-1 the final score. A good return to winning ways, but a poor patch of form. Just 1 win in our last 6 games for for QPR. We're now missing Bright or say Samuel for most likely the rest of December, and after a poor patch of form, we're only just in the playoffs by 2 points as we approach the halfway point of the season. We're going to have to pick this up, otherwise we're going to slide out of the playoffs and out of the top 10 as well. But that was this episode of the PS5 Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you. Fortunately, if you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Very fun today. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the PS5 Career Mode as we close out December very soon.